Theresa May has called for Jeremy Corbyn to put their differences aside and agree a Brexit deal. The UK was supposed to leave the EU on March 29, but the deadline was delayed until October 31, after MPs rejected Theresa May's withdrawal agreement 3 times. Ms May is now seeking Labour support to get an agreement through Parliament. Writing in the Mail on Sunday, she said they should listen to what voters said in Thursday's local elections. The Conservatives lost 1,334 councillors, while Labour failed to make expected gains, instead losing 82 seats. The Liberal Democrats benefited from Tory losses, gaining 703 seats, with the Greens and Independents also making gains. The Prime Minister blamed the Brexit impasse for the losses, but said the elections gave fresh urgency to find a way to break the deadlock. Ms May said she hopes to find a unified, cross-party position with Labour, despite admitting that her colleagues find this decision uncomfortable and that frankly, it is not what I wanted, either. Talks between Labour and the Conservatives are to resume on Tuesday. According to the Sunday Times, Ms May will comprise on 3 areas: customs, goods alignment, and workers' rights. The paper says she could put forward plans for a comprehensive, but temporary, customs arrangement with the EU that would last until the next general election. The BBC's political correspondent Chris Mason said reaching a deal was fraught with risk for both Ms May and Mr Corbyn. A deal on a customs union would be deeply divisive for the Conservatives, he said. Accepting there'd be no new referendum would split Labour. Sir Graham Brady, the chairman of the 1922 Committee of Tory backbenchers, told The Telegraph that staying in a customs union could lead to a catastrophic split in the Conservative Party. And, in the same paper, Brexit Party leader Nigel Farage said, if the Tories do a deal with Labour on the customs union they will be going into coalition with the opposition against the people. On Saturday, former Conservative leader Ian Duncan Smith said a deal with Labour would not be legitimate. As a result of the devastating local election result, the PM has in effect become a caretaker, he told the BBC. As such, she is not empowered to make any deal with the Labour Party, which itself suffered a very similar result. 2 discredited administrations making a discredited deal is not the answer to the electorate.